Hello, it's Charles Folkart, October 30th, 2017. This is number 10 in the series On the Road with Charles Folkart. I recommend that you do not start here if you're going to watch the series, I suggest you start at number 1. Yeah, I know it's going to take a long time, and yes, this is not the Godfather series, but hey, you're not going to get the import and the impact if you don't do that. I want to thank those of you who support this channel, those of you who subscribe, and even those of you who watch and don't subscribe. I welcome you. I'm going to say things on this channel that you're not going to hear probably anywhere else on YouTube. And don't let the low numbers discourage you or think that what I'm saying is not important. In fact, that's why the numbers are low, is because most people don't want to hear what I have to say. I left Tremonton yesterday, but before I did, I went to the auto parts store to buy some brake fluid, and the guy says, well, I told him about my flat, and I needed air, and he said, well, I'll call the guy next door. He doesn't work usually on Sunday, but he's usually here on Sunday. But so we tried to call him. He couldn't get him, and I tried to call him later, and he never answered. So I moved on. I left Tremonton at, I don't know, just after noon, maybe about 12:15. I found another place to get air because the Maverick station's machine was broken. But my spare does not hold air. The spike or the nail that's in the tube in the tire is letting the air out too quickly. So I don't have a spare right now, so I'm in a place where I'm going to have to go and try to find a spare. I'm going to get it fixed, put it back on the vehicle. I'm in the parking lot here. I'm going to give you a picture of where I am right now. So I'm here at the parking lot of this big mall, and I went into that department store last night. Right there at the front door is the men's department, and there was a sweatshirt, not as nice as this one, but newer, a new one, of course. And they wanted $99 for it. I bought this at a thrift stop for $5 in Kalispell. And you know what? I got to thinking about that, and I don't want to get into this too far, but you know, how do people that are making $9 or $10 an hour minimum wage, and that's all the jobs that are around here, how do they afford a sweatshirt that's costing $99? I looked at where it was made. Vietnam. I've been to Vietnam. I bought I bought 3 or 4 silk shirts, nice shirts in Vietnam, for $4 a piece. I warm in Southeast Asia because they're quick to dry, and they make these sweatshirts in Vietnam. They give these people our jobs, and then they come over here and they sell these sweatshirts to you people that don't have a clue as to what's going on. And you pay $99. No wonder you don't have any money, and you don't have any jobs because you're. And I wanted to talk about. I got a whole video on my observations as to what's going on in this country and why we're never going to recover. I want to show you one more picture real quick. There's a Home Depot just across the street here. I went in there to get a key made for my master lock. Master lock is the most common lock, I think, probably in the world. I don't know how many master locks were made. I went in to have a key made, and Home Depot's got this new computerized machine, all nice and fancy and everything, and I give her my key, and she makes the key, and I come back here to put it in the lock, make sure it worked. Guess what? Go back over there, get her to, and here's another thing I want to say. What the hell are women doing working in a Home Depot? It's hardware. You know, that never used to be. When I was a young man in construction in Humboldt County, California, Pearson Building Center was a family-owned business, and all the people, most of the people, except for the clerks that worked in the departments, were all men. They're all getting paid a wage that they could live on, support their families. And when you went in there, they knew what they were talking about, and they could show you what you needed, and they could provide solutions to your problems. Unlike yesterday, the new Home Depot computerized machine could not make the key I needed. They were never able to make the key. While I was there, I saw this, and I saw this also in the other Home Depot when I was up in Montana, I believe it was. This is Christmas. Look at how much space they're giving already to Xmas. And I talked to a couple of the older women there while I was waiting for the younger woman to make my key, and she was about I don't know, she must have weighed 250 pounds. And boy, I gave her an earful. And I asked the older lady, I said, what the hell is Christmas doing here before Halloween? And she goes, yeah, they did this about 3 weeks ago. And I said, I can't believe, but you know what? They're missing the point. Most people won't understand what's going on with this. Why are they doing this? Why are the retailers pushing Christmas so early? And it's because the economy is in the shitter. The economy is in the dumps. And people aren't buying enough stuff, so now they got to push it. It's going to be before the 4th of July, before you know it, and we're going to be seeing Xmas stuff in the stores. So anyway, I left Tremonton, Utah, which is about an hour and a half north of Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City has been a really a stressful thought for me. Long story short, I stayed in the third lane from the left, and man, I'm telling you, cars, they drive fast here. I'm not used to this. See, the last time I was in heavy traffic was when I lived in South Korea, and that was when I had a little Ghia, and the traffic there wasn't near as bad as it is here. And I never went to Busan. I just stayed there in Gimhae with the car and the vehicle. Went out to a couple schools I had to go to. Nowhere near what happened yesterday. But I decided early in the morning, it's Sunday afternoon, can't be that bad of traffic. Nice weather, dry, not windy. I'm going to head out through Salt Lake City. Long story short, I got through it. I'm in Provo, Utah. I pulled out, and I'm here at this parking lot like I showed you. Excuse me. This isn't coffee this morning. This is tea. Trying to stay away from the coffee gets me too agitated. So, I'm in Provo, Utah. There's a university here. I don't know, University of Utah something. I don't know. Just on that, I took that off ramp. And I got off. Some guy cuts in front of me. He's in a big friggin' hurry. He gets over there and he picks up a girl, and I'm making a U-turn because I didn't get in the right lane. I'm making a U-turn, and the university coming back, cuts in front of me again. I flip him off. People are so impatient. I wasn't doing anything wrong. And then he gets out and he flips, Anyway, here we are back in the third world country. You can only take so much of this crap, people, and there's non-whites here everywhere. I went into the convenience store. I went for a walk. I went into the convenience store looking for real food. I'm looking for a grocery store so I could cook dinner. And I go into there's about a 55-year-old guy in there, mid-50s, and I say, hey, where can I find a grocery store? And he tells me it's a couple miles up the road and it's too far to walk. And I say, what's with all the there was nobody in there. I said, what's with all the non-whites in here? He goes, well, what do you mean? I go, we're being invaded. And I said, it won't be long and you won't be able to have a job. And he's working in a convenience store, 55 years old, and he's working probably minimum wage in a convenience store. And you know what he told me? He told me, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. That's an example of a guy that's brain dead, okay? His children are going to be worried about it because they're not going to be able to afford the clothes. You're all going to be buying clothes at the thrift shop, folks. There's many, many thrift shops up in Kalispell. Anyway, I don't want to go there. I want to talk about my buddy left Idaho Falls. He's traveling in a big bus. He's getting paid to drive an older gentleman all the way down to Arizona, Yuma, and he left Idaho Falls, and he couldn't stop by. I was hoping he'd stop by and we could chat a minute or two, but he's in a big hurry. He went down. He was trying to get to Las Vegas. Idaho Falls to Las Vegas is about 700 miles. He's driving, he said, at about 70 miles an hour, so that was going to take him all day. It's 388 miles from Provo, Utah to Las Vegas. That's my next major stop. I got to get my flat spare tire fixed first. I want to thank Ryan again. I think his idea that I need some better tires to make the handling of the RV better. I agree with you, but hey, 6 new tires right now just isn't in the budget. So I'm hoping to get to Arizona, stay still for a while, don't travel, and then accumulate the money over a period of a few months, buy some new tires and put them on. I don't feel comfortable with these tires. They're pretty thin. I mean, really, if I was in the money, I'd be putting at least 4 new tires on this vehicle, but I just can't afford it right now. So I'm headed out this morning. I got to fix the flat. I got to put it back on the vehicle, left rear, like I mentioned, and then I'm headed down the road. And the traffic is mostly north of me now. I'm hoping to get on the highway and head toward Las Vegas. I'm going to go as far down the road as I can this morning. I feel comfortable. See, the problem is I get in the vehicle, my elbow starts hurting, and my shoulders hurt because of arthritis. My eyesight isn't like it used to be, so I'm really tense on the road. And the vehicle doesn't handle the road very well, not like I think it should. So Ryan, you know, thank you for that idea. But it's more than that. It's the profile of the vehicle. The trucks go by. When I was in Salt Lake City, if a truck went by on this side and this side at the same time, I was like in a wind tunnel, and I thought I was going to ricochet off both trucks, folks. This is probably one of the greatest accomplishments of my older adult life, is getting through Salt Lake City. And I know what I'm going to do next time. I've been watching the traffic here this morning, and after about 11 o'clock, there's hardly, and at 3, I got up at 4:20 this morning, and hardly any traffic on the road going that way at 4:20. Coming this way a little more, but not, no, I'm sorry. Most of the traffic was going north and hardly any traffic coming from the north. So I'm going to go through, if I come this way again, I'm going to go through Salt Lake City at 4 a.m. in the morning if I can drive at night. So I want to leave it there. I have a lot more to say. I've got 2 other videos I'm going to upload. I'm going to go look for a free Wi-Fi spot, upload these videos, try to find a tire place I can do what the work I need done without driving all over Salt Lake City now looking for it. See, that's another problem. I don't want to have to go back on the freeway to get up to where the tire place is, but I wanted to get this on, get this done, get this recorded, get it uploaded, and then I'm going to move on toward Sin City, the Esau Edomite Sin City that they created back in the 40s and 50s, Bugsy Siegel and all the rest of them, so that all you fools can go there and spend your money. And you know what? I've been through Las Vegas a couple times, never stopped, never went in a casino, never got any of my money ever. You know, that's one of the most foolish things that you can do, is to put your money in the slots and to gamble. I figured I was a real estate developer, and that was a very risky business, and when I did a job, that was a big gamble in itself, but at least the odds were in my favor. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. And may the grace of God, our Father, the creator of the level playing earth, may his grace be upon us all. And I covet your prayers, folks. I really do. You know what? A lot of people don't pray. When was the last time you asked somebody, you've heard somebody ask you to pray for them? Most people don't pray. And the Lord says, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened. I believe in prayer, and I'm going to do a whole video on prayer and how it works here, Lord willing, in the future. Prayer works, folks. I covet your prayers. See ya.